Coming up on today's edition of Channel 97 News,
we feature an important figure here in the district,
hear how the robotics team did at their competition,
check out a new donut shop in the Oakville area,
and it all starts now.
Welcome to our April edition of Channel 97 News. I'm Riley Parisi.
And I'm Maria Parisi. Here are some announcements for the month.
Congratulations to the third quarter nominees for the Tiger Stripe Award. These students are being recognized for demonstrating one of the 5 stripes of character: motivation, responsibility, integrity, respect, and leadership. Way to go!
On April 26th, Oakville High School will be hosting the International Festival here at OHS in Gym A. We are looking for anyone who wants to share more about their cultures. See Madame Wilson in room 122 with more information.
Spanish Club will have its monthly meeting on Tuesday, April 16th. All OHS students are welcome to attend after school in room 227 until 3 o'clock.
There's still time to get tickets for the OHS Theater Company's production of The Outsiders. You can buy tickets at lunch or online.
Students taking an AP exam in May should continue to watch their OHS email for important information. The U.S. government, human geography, European history, and English language exams will be given off campus at South County Technical High School. All other exams will be given at OHS. Students are responsible for knowing the date, time, and location of their exams. Contact your AP teacher or Ms. Turner in the guidance office for more details.
Juniors and seniors interested in a career in construction should consider attending the Build My Future Construction Showcase on April 25th. See your OHS email for details. Permission forms are due in the OHS guidance office by April 18th. Contact Mr. Ventimiglia in the guidance office with questions.
Both entrepreneurship classes this semester are beginning to sell their products during lunches. The first being Oakville Outfitters, who will be selling hoodies. For more info regarding the product detail, check out the OHS Entrepreneurship Instagram page. The other class is also selling hoodies on behalf of Gateway Goods, with a collection inspired by the St. Louis Arch and our city skyline. Hoodies are on sale now.
Congratulations to all the DECA students who attended the DECA State Career Development Conference in Kansas City, Missouri. Lucas Bentrip, Brooke Fagel, and Alex Vaughn will be advancing to the International Career Development Conference in Anaheim, California on April 26th through May 1st.
On April 22nd, right after school, the Missouri Department of Conservation will be in the library to discuss the plants being planted in front of our school. Students are invited to attend this as a great opportunity to learn all about native Missouri plants coming to OHS. See Ms. Pierce in room 200 for more information.
School board elections just finished this past week.
One of the board members is very important to the community of Oakville.
Ethan, Phoebe, and Haley have the story.
A member of the Oakville community has an interesting background.
Align Media was created back in 2015. We do work for large corporations like Edward Jones Enterprise, Millport Sigma. Two of the productions that I've worked on that I'm most proud of are documentaries that were produced in the early 2000s. They premiered at the Fox Theater to sold-out crowds, and then they were distributed worldwide. So it was really gratifying to do work about St. Louis history that the whole world saw. My career really started at Melville High School in a photography class, and then I joined COE and was placed through the Melville School District at a photographic company in St. Louis. From that point, I decided to transition into video, and that's what I studied at Southeast Missouri State University.
Since 2022, Scott Hugridge has also been a member of the Melville School District Board of Education.
I joined the Board of Education because I've been a lifelong advocate for education and youth-related initiatives, and this kind of just fell in line with a lot of the volunteer work that I've done in the past. What I think I bring to the board is I am a small business owner, so I understand all elements of how to run a business. I understand business finance, I understand some levels of accounting. We built out this building, so I understand some levels of construction. We're also a communications company, so I understand how to communicate with the public. So I think those are all a lot of different elements that help me bring value to the Board of Education.
With Haley Conaway and Phoebe Reel behind the camera, I'm Ethan Cornell for Channel 97 News.
Mr. Hugrich is very active in our community.
We have another community member who has founded an organization called Basket of Hope.
Maddie, Nathan, and Phoebe tell us more.
There's an organization originating in Oakville bringing joy to sick children across the U.S.
Basket of Hope is a special gift that you're able to give to children in the hospital who are suffering with serious illnesses. And it's just a basket filled with toys and games and crafts and things for the child, depending on their age. And then a Hope Tote is given to the parents.
They've even expanded to bigger events such as the Super Bowl.
Basket of Hope lately has just been growing and going. We go to the Super Bowl every year, and so we were just in Las Vegas and Phoenix before that, where we assemble lots of baskets and bring them to the hospitals with the help of NFL players and stuff.
The inspiration for this organization came from someone very close to Angela.
Basket of Hope started in Oakville in 1995. Christina, my daughter, she was 7 years old when she was just completing treatment for cancer at Cardinal Glennon. And thankfully she survived, and she's 36 now and doing well with 3 kids of her own. It was a very difficult time. They'd given us very little chance of survival for her because she had a tumor on her spine and it was inoperable. So they just had to rely on chemotherapy and radiation. And then when we got done, the doctors and nurses said, can you just come in and encourage other families that are going through similar situations and give them encouragement and hope.
If you'd like to donate, here's what you can bring in.
We always want board games because that makes them interact with other people, other children in the hospital or their parents or staff or whoever, so they're not feeling alone. And that would be an in-kind donation that we would accept, but we can stretch $1. So if you have a $25 bill, we can make that into a lot of things.
With Nathan Baker and Phoebe Reel behind the camera, this is Maddie Palazak for Channel 97 News.
Cool to see something nice like that in Oakville.
Let's get some insight on one of our spring sports here back at school.
Alyssa and Allison tell us about lacrosse.
We are here to share the growth and improvement made by our girls lacrosse team.
Lacrosse is the most exciting girls sport, and that's not to put a knock on soccer or any of the other girls sports, but it is truly a mix of soccer, field hockey, and basketball at an incredibly fast pace.
Let's look into what intrigued midfielder Katie Lato to play lacrosse.
Well, my sister was doing it, and it was her senior year, and it was my freshman year, and I was gonna try soccer, but it was just there's a lot of people in cut, so I wasn't sure. And I joined lacrosse, and I really loved it, and I continued playing.
You would think the increase in numbers would be a problem. So let's see how midfielder Colby Durham and Coach Seeger handle it.
When I lead stretches, I have to scream what we're doing because we take up the whole field. So you gotta be loud so everybody can hear you.
Trying to keep 69 girls organized at any given time is an extreme challenge. Luckily, I have a very good support staff. I have a lot of help from the athletic department, and it's just time management.
Basically, we just have more access to resources like buses to games and stuff like that.
This year, lacrosse was able to be sponsored by Oakville.
The biggest asset to that is now we actually have transportation to and from games. We get funding through the school for the equipment that we need for every given season. And we, I think, truly now feel a part of the Tiger Nation.
It's so fun. You meet so many new people, and everybody on the team is great.
It's so much fun. You make lifetime friends. It's just, you should join.
With Alyssa Johnson behind the camera, I'm Allison Schmidt for Channel 97 News.
Good luck to them for the rest of their spring season.
Hey Riley, what's happening with the theater program this spring?
Delaney and Mason give us an insight on The Outsiders.
Downstairs in the Drama Center, the Oakville Theater Company is brewing a fight. For this year's spring play, they're bringing in something new.
The amount of stage combat that we have, especially with the Rumble, is a lot. In order for it to be safe, which is our number one concern, and also look as realistic as possible, we felt it was super important for us to have a fight choreographer, with safety being our biggest concern.
Stage combat in and of itself is the illusion of violence on stage. The choreographer or fight director is the person who pretty much enforces all of that and makes sure it happens. I've worked with high schools before, but I've never done anything this extensive as far as fights go for high schools, so this is pretty fun.
She is absolutely wonderful, and she has just been really great in taking the reins and doing her thing so that it's not something I have to worry about.
She's been really professional with us, teaching us how to actually professionally fight.
You should come see The Outsiders because you read the book already and you know you loved it. And you get to see people fight on stage, which is not something you get to see in every high school show.
It's been the most fun because of the choreography and the fighting. We've worked really hard on it, and I know when people see it, it'll be worth it.
This is not a show that you will see in a high school setting done this way. So I think everybody is ambitious, everybody's having fun, everybody's working hard, so everyone should come see it.
We hope the rest of their run is a hit. With 2 shows remaining, make sure to buy your tickets. With Delaney Murphy behind the camera, I'm Mason Bader with Channel 97 News.
Looks like they're putting on a good show.
There's another group at OHS showing off their skills.
Mia, Parker, and Olivia have the story on robotics.
The Robotics Club has been very busy this year, but what is robotics?
Robotics is everything that any business anywhere in the country pretty much has to have. We have a business department, we have PR, we have marketing, we have engineering, we have manufacturing.
They recently competed at Shea Fitz Arena, but what did that competition entail?
The first Saturday of January, we find out what the game is going to be. There are typically some specific rules that follow from year to year, things like the gauge of wires that you have to use and the kind of battery you have to use and things like that.
We have 6 weeks about that to try and make our robot in that time, and we usually we're usually up at Oakville till 8 o'clock at night, and on Saturdays it's like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
You can't just start building. You have to go through the process of taking time to think of what you want to do. What's the strategy? What do you want to do? And then you start sketching it. Then you can start testing it and making prototypes of it. And then once we know the prototypes work, you can go on and start building them with real materials and testing them in real life.
It's basically a lot of hard work, making sure the robot's ready on time and making sure the robot's working during the competition to hopefully do our best to try and get into finals.
In order for them to succeed, forming bonds with their teammates plays an important role.
The community that we have and how everyone likes each other and how well we are with each other and how we treat each other.
It's like the memories you make and the friendships and the partnerships you make with people. I made a lot of friends, and I've met some of the most important people in my life due to this club and organization, and the experience is amazing.
It's exciting to see like all the other different robots and how other teams have come up with solutions to solve certain problems, and as well as how we come up with solutions.
But how do placements determine how successful the team is?
During our qualifying matches, we'll get ranked. If we get picked to be in an alliance, then we're in the alliance for the finals, and if we do well, then we get a pretty blue banner to hang up in the Commons, and we get an invitation to go to Worlds in Houston.
Even though the team didn't qualify for Worlds, it still provided them with a great learning experience. They hope to expand their club in the future.
Anything that somebody is interested in, I have a place for them in robotics.
With me, Magana, and Olivia Hack behind the camera, I'm Parker White with Channel 97 News.
Competition sure bring out the best in us.
Speaking of competition, I heard there was a new store in town.
Christian and Justin tell us more about A&A Donuts.
Driving down Telegraph, you may have noticed the brightly colored donuts that were where the Domino's used to be. A&A Donuts is a new small business on the block. But why Oakville?
There's no donuts around here. I mean, look at it. Great location. 30,000 cars per day. If you get 1% of it, you're well done. Our most popular donut is Long John, chocolate Long John, so we sell plenty of those. That's what we really do well on, and also the apple fritters. Those are our, our customers' favorites.
So, is this his first business?
No, it's actually my fourth one. My first one was donuts, obviously. My first one was donuts. It was back in 2016. I opened up my own donut shop back in Arkansas, El Dorado, Arkansas. Failed that miserably, and then took off a couple months, go work for other people. And then my second donut shop was back in Houston, Texas. And then my third shop was in DeSoto, Missouri, which we did pretty well. And then this is my fourth and final one. Opening up any businesses, well, you're gonna have any hurdles, just like in life, right?
I think we can all learn a valuable lesson from David about perseverance. With Christian Nelson behind the camera, I'm Justin Roush for Channel 97 News.
Glad to see a new store succeeding in our community.
Another group having success is made up from students here at OHS.
When Jane and Sarah have the story.
Some students are so passionate about music, they decided to pursue it outside of school. These students call themselves madmen.
I don't help them at all. They are totally student run. They buy their own music. They rehearse in Hayden's basement every week. They teach themselves their notes. I mean, they are just completely not even affiliated with our school, just that they're all in our choir. That's how they know each other.
We are a barbershop quartet, so unless we decide to randomly switch it up one day, we just sing barbershop songs. This group formed whenever a couple guys from our all guys choir started singing a song together.
Our first performance as 4 was our fall concert of this year.
I think I'm the crazy one. Zach and I are always making random stuff. It's mainly us. Harmonies.
He's the leader. He keeps us all under control. He makes tracks, he buys the music. He's like the manager, the alpha.
Along with other future plans, this group hopes to partake in a competition.
It's a international event, and it's where a whole bunch of quartets and choruses, they kind of compete, and then it's like Soul Ensemble, but they compete, and the winner of that kind of just has all the fame. It's really cool.
For Channel 97, we'll
Follow them on Instagram at Madmen Quartet and check out their merch. With Sarah Brand and Gwen Johnson behind the camera, I'm Jana Eckhart for Channel 97 News.
It's cool to see them do what they love.
That concludes the April edition of Channel 97 News. I'm Maria Parisi.
And I'm Riley Parisi. And remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the tiger.